Page 43, putting salt on a bird's tail. What they're talking about here at the top is the chromatic stuff. Chromatic is going up or down in half steps. It's using each key, you go up, next key, or down. I don't teach chromatic scales per se. There's no real starting point or ending point. They can start on any key and end on any key. It's just whatever. You're just using all the keys on the keyboard in order, up or down. That's it. So take a look at the first measure of this piece, and you'll see in the right hand you have an F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. That goes up. Now we go down in the next measure, A flat, G, G flat, F. Most of the time, in a chromatic passage, they'll use sharps going up, flats coming down. That generally is how it works. So, look at the fingering. Now, there are different fingerings for chromatic scales, passages, and so forth. A lot of teachers just teach their students, just use the 1-3-1-3, and you use the 2 when you have to. And they leave it at that. That's fine, but just know there's our other fingerings for chromatic scales. And when you get a chromatic passage in a piece, you might use other fingerings besides that. You use whatever fingering makes it the easiest for you in that situation. Here, for instance, they start this 1-3-1-3, and that's good practice. So go ahead, 1-3-1-3-1. You know, just those two. But look on the second measure. It's 1-3-1-3-2. You didn't use 1 on the last one. And the reason for that is because of the next note. We need our thumb for the next note. So we're going to use 2. And that's what I mean. You're going to adjust the fingerings of these as you need to for the situation you're in. Sometimes you do 1-2. Most of the time it's 1-3. It's handy in this case. Let's just go C to C. Chromatic passage up and down. As I said, you can start on any note and end on any note. Let's just do C to C. Right hand. I'm going to do a 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. And then we'll use the 2 on this one because if I use a 3 here, I'm out of position. The thumb, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to use the thumb, or I'm going to use the second finger on that one. And then a 3, so it's like a 1, 2, 3, and then back to the thumb, 3, 3, and then, see, so the second finger is used for some of the white keys. Going down, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, and then a 2 on that F, because I need the thumb for the E, it's like in the piece, and then 3, 1. Or if I keep going, it'd be a 2 on a C. It's not the only fingering, but that is a very common fingering and it works. So you can practice that in both hands, please. You're not always going to play the same fingers. Watch out, because in the left hand it's a 2 on the E, because you need the thumb for the F. And again here, it's where you get 2 white keys next to each other. You got to use 2 and 1 for those, whatever they are. And then it's 1-3 for all the others. The melody's in the right hand. The left hand just has these chords. No big deal, right? Follow their dynamics. You do the dynamics. Have fun with them. Experiment with them, because dynamics really add a lot to it. This has pedal in it, a little bit. The last 2 measures. So it's no big deal. You push the notes down, you push the pedal down right after them, and then you change the pedal at the measure, the last measure. So right after you play the notes in the last measure, you just lift the pedal up and put it back down. And then at the end of the measure, when the hands come up, the pedal comes up with them. And that's it. That's simple. They all 4 lines work the same way. A couple little gotchas in the right hand. Look out. In the first line, 3rd measure, you're here. Got to reach up to get the D. Try and learn to do that without looking at the keyboard. Know what that feels like. It's 1 note less than an octave. You need to know what an octave feels like, and 1 note less. And then going from the first line to the second line, same note, different fingers. You ended on a 4, now we're going to start with a 1. So just crunch your hand up and get there. Then, last 2 measures of the second line, you're here. Bring thumb down for the A. Now going to the next line, it's actually easy enough because it's the same note and the same finger, etc. Then, at the end of the third line, you're here. And when you go to the next line, look at that. That's an E up here. It's an octave, but it's the same finger. So you're here, so you got to go here. Not really, but that's what they want you to do. So you have to do it quickly because there's no rest. So you may have to look down at the keyboard, of course, to go from here to here. That's okay. You can do that. If you don't want to do that, then go here and you stretch out and use the little finger for here for the E, and then the third finger in your bag. That works too, as far as I'm concerned. The whole last line, you're here. And then you're on your thumb, that last note in the second measure. It's 4th finger on the next measure. It's because you scratch your hand up. Like so. So watch out for those things in the right hand. And that's that. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot going on here. It's just says con moto, which means with motion. Let's just play it. I think that'll kind of happen by itself. Doesn't tell you how fast to go, but you can decide how fast you want to go after you learn it. How fast do you think? And do you listen to it? Does it sound good at this speed or that speed or whatever? You decide. It's too easy for me as a teacher to say, take it this speed. No, I want you to decide. So I'm making it hard. You have to do it. I'm going to give us 3 counts, so let's try this out very, very slowly. So the right hand is here, left hand is here, foot's on the pedal ready to go. 1 and ready and go and.